Hello friends, today we're playing more Bazaar for a change. Going pig again. As I mentioned, I got to Legend mostly by playing Vanessa, so I'm enjoying playing some pig for the time being, learning how it works. We'll just start with income this time. Obviously the most consistent start. These are two really good early events, and the vendor, which is a shame to have them against. So you never like to see two bad bitches pitted up against each other. But here I think we'll just take income. And we'll take Kyver Drone for a bit of a change. Just because it can be fun to get Lang John early on and go for the scale. And otherwise there's some interesting items that can help improve the build early as well. Early for pig, if I haven't found a matchbox or an early scaling item like a scarf or dog, early game can be very, very rough with pig and feel a bit directionless, I think. Ganjo is also good early, but really, short of those options, there's not really a whole lot going on, unfortunately, so let's focus on that.
I've come too far to let
Problem
you
being that
stop
early
me.
wins are hard as pig, obviously, which makes Lang John a bit useless, but we can immediately upgrade to silver, even though this Bruce is likely sacrificing the first day's combat. I like getting the early scaling online. And with the
Go
money,
make
we can
some
take
more
dog and
stories.
start scaling
Come back
dog.
and tell me.
All of these nice
Nouveau
scalers and the
teaches
boomerangs nice to hang on
stillness.
with too.
I
Question
prefer
is whether we
action.
scale dog now
Use it
or
well.
whether we hold
Make me proud.
these small items in our inventory and wait until the dog is silver to scale, which I'm pretty sure does double scaling. I think no matter what, we're not winning the first day. No sustainable whatsoever, low damage. So I think with that in mind, and I mean the dog's unlikely to make a difference upgrading there. So with that in mind, yeah, we lose to this point. So with that in mind, I think it's best to hold off on selling what we've got in the stash and wait until we can upgrade our dog to silver, so that just does a bit more work for us. So that would be bad to lose by 10 or something. Obviously that's not going to happen. Just a pretty basic, fairly decent early dually build there, takes us down. So we lose one as is to be expected. We'll get Lang John scaling on the AI and look for extra fights that we can pick up. We're really looking for
You've
a
just
way to
taken the
upgrade our
first
dog
step
because
toward. Shall I give
now we
you
have to get rid of some stuff here.
You want to
So
buy that?
So we're scaling on bronze, which is
excellent
not
choice.
ideal.
I think that suits you beautifully. Buyer's remorse never. Be
But when we
remorseful.
get silver, we've got a full stash to sell. Healthy Hoarder not looking like the thing we're building at the moment. Defense
There are
grid is
greater
hard
trainers
skill,
than
and
me.
There's a
I'm just getting
small
ready for
chance
them.
it opens up other strategies towards the end of the run with a force field, I think it is, that converts your shield to damage. So now we can start
Now
upgrading
that's
our dog.
quality!
No reason to keep any of this. We'll put truffles on, not dog, bird. And we'll play boomerang. And hopefully this should be enough to take out mosquito. 80 damage dog should do the trick. Which means Lang John gets scaling. And I mean we have, as you can see from the board, we have what looks like a very obvious square pig build. Which is probably one of the more boring builds in the Bazaar. And has very limited late game possibilities. Yeah, I think you're seeing it less and less at the moment. I'd say it's
It's
late
all
game.
about motivation.
Is really
You gotta
based
know
on
what
getting
you're
that
fighting
to
for.
1 second cooldown and giving it a good enchant. This
Take
is
your
obviously the event we
time.
want to see if we're
I'm
building
pretty
towards
laid
that.
back.
Let's upgrade
Just
boomerang.
toss that on my back
Spiky
and I'll
shield
trot it to
actually
your door.
doesn't. I mean, it's a very late game build to be building it with defense grid anyway. Weights I think is only really worth it if you're not healing as well. It's not worth it just for passive buffs. And here we'll take
If
the
it's
cash
not right
register
for you,
to
bring it
feed
back.
our dog.
I want
Where
you to
did you
be
come from?
happy.
Oh, the boomerang. Let's put you on Lame John. And that's fine. You're all going to last event. Limited utility going here, so I think we just take the extra XP and hang on to our pennies and hope that we can get a win here. Level 2
I
is
should
good.
warn you.
Vanessa is bad.
Like other Jabarians.
And 1 first day is also bad. Likely weapons. Oh, Life Preserver is so strong early. What are you? Slow catfish hastened by fishing rod. Yeah, I think we get them down one life. I don't think we get them down the second life, unfortunately. They're going to come back to life with 600 health. Oh, and this Lang John is getting a very minimal value from the Lang John there. So yeah, like I said, we take them down once, if not twice. So that really hurts. Really felt like we were in with a chance for a win then, which would have got Lang John scaling and we would have been in
I can
business.
already
As
see
things are,
treasures
take 5 small items to feed our doggy. We're obviously looking to fill up the board. Love a crook. It's too early to take couples.
The smaller the
Possibly should
portions,
have put crick in our
the
dog.
finer. Tell everyone you got it here.
These are easy buy sells.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
And no reason to keep
Whoever
any
said
of
money
this
can't
really.
buy class had neither. You're a smart one.
Make
for
a
your
case of keeping
size.
piggy bank, but I don't like the way it looks. We'd love to take 2 items, can't afford it. That's a good get. Upgrades only come, we may as well leave them on the board for a little bit of defense. Hot stones I can't see ever making the team, you're cut. Don't think we beat Eccentric at the right, although we do have a fair bit of damage coming through. It'd come down to timing mostly. Would be a great skill to get, but losing early, particularly when we're relying on range on scaling, would just be the end of the run, full stop. So with that in mind, we'll take the slightly easier fight. Still a great skill to get. Really looking to put some more wins on the board early with a medium in mind. How easy that looked. Maybe we could have taken that. Eccentric on the right.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win.
No good for us, but it does.
Not against me.
Or we can play fetch, I think is probably thematically what we're doing. Playing fetch with our dog. Weapons vendor is great. Possibility of an extra combat for Lang John is even
You
greater.
came to the wrong outland,
And I think
stranger.
we should win this. And the Ganjo would be a great game. Ganjo would really help us with an early to mid game. They're going to scale, but I think especially with that crit, our damage is just too great. So that's really nice extra battle. It makes such a big difference to the run. Especially I shouldn't have canned too soon actually. Classic mistake. We're gonna lose. The healing was too strong.
Get on out of here,
Take back everything I said, we're
Sparkle
screwed, the run's over. Economic items
I
early
see the
are good.
gold gleam in your eyes. I
You're
bid
good,
you
you're
farewell.
good. You're
I
fine.
don't succeed unless my clients succeed. And I am very
No good keeping a
successful.
small rewards card. Can make an argument for putting that on the board, but no thanks. Boomerang upgrade we obviously want, so you're gone.
This will do
Getting
well.
gold loot is really nice,
I
and
promise.
that's all we can afford. So we're going on to day 3, 1 item short, but realistically the ATM was not doing much. Vanessa with 2 wins, level 4. We're losing again. So it's now this is where pink becomes really
We're
tough.
out to dethrone a king.
Because we
not
can't
to
even really
squabble
aim
with
for
nobody.
late game. Because by the time we get there, we're going to be on lethal. We really need to find a way to start winning in the mid game. I mean, dog with the enchantment starts to come online a fair bit, but their Lang John is so much cooler than mine. It's the difference of they probably won their extra fight and have been beating the human fights. Don't have anything to upgrade. Weapons dealing plus 10 damage is
It takes
fine.
real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
We need something a bit special.
I would spar
here,
with
I
you,
think.
but this leg.
Cash cannon, not
And
what I
when
had
you
in
carry
mind,
my
but
weapon,
we're a bit
I
desperate.
fight alongside you.
Would have 4 to buy, not worth
Enjoy
it.
the thrill of battle.
So I just might sell that. Let's put them in order of how disappointing they are. Can't afford anything, so let's take a weapon crook. And let's fight the dervish.
The bazaar is an
Crook is
override.
obviously how this build gets functioning. As things are, we're scanning way too slow to keep up, and we fell behind early. So
You have
getting the
metal
crook,
to be a
getting an
dervish.
upgrade to dog can help. Otherwise, we're basically down to hoping we get a good enchantment. Can't see any way that helps. You can come onto the board, I guess. As terrible as you are. Let's have a look.
Gigamark's owner is the ultimate businessman. You came
Buy,
all the
sell,
way
buy,
here.
sell.
Might as well
Roll
stock
because
up.
we have some stuff to sell if we want. Yeah, you're gone.
Spend 300 more for free shipping.
Some more.
I'll carry it to your vehicle.
Fetch. Tempting to keep for the Bazaar con event. Maybe we will for the time being.
If you
Buy,
buy
sell.
one more,
No point
I
buying
might
at some
get
tech
promoted.
sales. Well,
No pressure
just
though.
buying them. They're so useless. Ben and Crate don't have anything to upgrade. Small items are good for
Size
us.
dilutes the brain.
We have
Ma,
improved a
shall I
bit. We've
gift wrap it for you?
scaled our dog quite a lot.
Remember,
Lots of fetch going on.
diamonds come in small boxes.
We obviously
I
want
think
to
that
keep
suits
that.
you beautifully.
So we'd have to get rid of this card and then buy and sell the yo-yo. Do kind of like holding on to it for the time being. So we'll forsake that buy sell and hope we run up into someone who's having a worse early game than us. Oh no, it's a perfect Vanessa
Are
level
you
5.
sure? Noticed I'm huge?
We're in trouble again.
Go ahead.
In big trouble again.
Underestimate me. It
What are
makes
you
this more
rocking
fun.
here? The Fang. Oh my god, how have they got that? Look at this. The Fang is incredible.
Bravery without strength is a sword.
I mean, that is just an unbeatable early build. So we're looking at going 0 wins here. Remember what I was saying about legend meaning absolutely nothing in this game?
Treasures I'll put
It's a case in point right here.
You seem
We're
like
kind of locked into...
I think you had a
I mean, I'm
breakthrough.
happy to pivot to something that shows up given how bad we're doing, but we really are looking for a crook at this point and going for a medium weapon build. In which case, these are both so good. We have to go medium, I think, because we have to find a crook. You don't.
Oh, delivery's free.
And Athel
I
we're
like the
obviously
exercise.
also looking for. Caltrops is also great. No, you must be purchased. I mean, the obvious thing is to just sell this. It was a cute idea.
I used to
Caltrops
offer a free ride
immediately
home, but people
makes
thought it was weird.
crook just so good. So we absolutely have to find a crook now. Got a good feeling. Oh, I had a good feeling. I had a good feeling. No such luck. Oh, it's crook or bust. It really is crook or bust for this build.
Breathe, you enemy.
Counter-Strike is obviously awesome, but getting Caltrops damage up is such a great mid and late game item with the crook. I mean, there's other ways of getting its damage up, but crook is the easiest and most obvious. And then you probably enchant the Caltrops, and then you've got a stew going, but we're a long way away from any of that working out. That's a cool game. What do we upgrade? Do we hold it and hope to upgrade the crook? Because we are kind of committed to the crook at the moment, or do we upgrade Langjon or dog for better scaling? I think we upgrade dog for better scaling rather than holding onto it for the
Moving up in the
Langjon.
world.
Especially because we can then take some cheap chocolate bars, which really scale. We just need stuff to improve us immediately. Waiting out for the crook is all very well and good. We may not even get there. Can I understand the appeal of putting this on Caltrops?
The Bazaar's
like I
a
said,
crazy
anything that
place,
improves
right?
our
I
chance
get
of
it.
finding
You're
crook,
busy.
we just have to
Enjoy
do.
your purchase.
this is a bad place to be in. This is what I don't like sometimes about the way I
how about
play, I
this
think,
weather
is
we're-
that I get myself locked into these positions where I'm counting on finding 1 or 2 key items, and if it never comes, you end up in this awful holding pattern.
My people.
You're just waiting, and then by the time you find it, often sometimes you don't find it at all. And then when you do,
I may
you're
be
on,
young
you're on
for a
lethal,
captain,
and all it
but I've
takes is running
seen
up
my
against
share of
one
storms.
busted fixer-upper, and you lose anyway. So this person's managed to scale a bronze Lane John better than my silver, significantly better. And they have a sub going pretty. Oh, that crit is devastating. 50% chance. I can't complain too much, but we have no way of doing it. So this is going to be another loss. And
Land legs make you
like I said,
predictable.
it's
You
looking
move
really,
in
really rough.
straight lines.
A bad build to come up against for sure. We'd rather someone firing pretty regularly with health drops, but until we get, I mean, Atlatl is one part of the problem. That's a late game solution. With Crook though, it doesn't solve the problem of not having Crook.
If you have to ask the price, buyer's remorse never
Maybe we shouldn't be price selling
remorseless.
these, because there's something to be said for saving money,
Guess
but
I've been winning too much.
we have to do something.
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
This is the best we can do.
You
is
want to
getting
buy
a dog
that?
scale,
I mean,
because you
excellent
can make an argument
choice.
for putting the enchant on the dog as well if it can be super powerful. Lang Zhong obviously not scaling at all and is a candidate to be replaced. Let's just take the money and dog scaling. And I think Loan Shark's a freebie pretty much.
What's that eye smelling?
Zookeeper wasn't an option. If there was Zookeeper option. Or Cookman. So yeah, it's one of those positions where we're doing well against AI because we have relatively slow but strong burst damage with the dog and Lang Zhong. But we're going to struggle against humans that have sustain. Or in the case of the last one, just blow us out.
Few warriors
Weapons
want to
vendor is
retire.
obviously good.
Buy my
These are
weapons.
obviously
Use
bad.
it well. Make me
One
proud.
time? No. Oh, there it is. So we're in business. Okay.
Lufo
Let's think
teaches
about how
stillness.
we want to do this.
I prefer action.
I mean, Cash Cannon is terrible. Lang Zhong is terrible.
Go make some
Boomerang
more
is only
stories.
for AI
Come
fights.
back and
so I
tell
think
me.
slotting it in here is fine. How does Appalachia look at the moment? Still a ways off. Gold Crook as well is great. So the build just got 100 times better. And we can consider replacements for these 2 middle items, neither of which are great. History of it.
Some of this I found.
Don't think there's going to be anything
Most of
here.
it I took.
worth
I guess
looking at.
defeating you next time will be even
Take the
easier.
level, silver lower. I mean,
Good. I want
now
to
that we have a
anyway.
decent prospect of actually winning, I think getting the Lang Zhong scaling improving is good because the most obvious
Are you
candidate to be
sure?
replaced
Have you
is Cash
noticed
Cannon,
I'm huge?
which was never really meant to
My
be in the
fight
long-term
isn't
plans.
with you.
We got
If
a
you
poisoner
insist.
with seaweed. Geez, that's a strong seashell. Caltrops is going to do a lot of work though.
Like my crew
Yeah,
says at the bar.
Caltrops plus
Another
dog.
round.
Big hit from dog is just too strong there. So we got the build online and we did so before we were on lethal. So I'm feeling a bit better now. There's no way this build gets 10 without some serious pivoting or incredible chance on the Adelotl. So we set our sights for 7.
You
Yeah.
have great potential.
More max health
Let
is
me
good.
train.
Charging heal items is irrelevant. I think
When you are
take that.
ready, you will return.
The Lion's Cane is another potential. Trading health for power so we could get crit chance on one of our big hitters, probably dog. It's just a lot of max health to give up. You could put small items down here, although I don't have any. I have no way of getting more than 5 items on the playing board, which means I will be taking a hit to my max health as buffed. So I just don't think, even though this is also not a great health for us, I don't think that was the right move. Trading health deceptively damaging. Let's get Boomerang down here, and let's fight. We can take any of them. Let's fight for Penguin. Nothing he has is of any interest to us, but we'll take this. Caltrop's just so strong with the book. So strong. Completely irrelevant upgrade. I think it upgrades its damage by 1. So no need to upgrade it. Crook is the obvious upgrade here. There's an argument not for taking that, but who knows what happens with freeze in the future. Let's get the cash cannon back out here. Let's sell you. Let's try to get another fight, please. Oh no, it's probably the only fight we can't beat. I think we don't put Boomerang down just because
The whole bazaar
we want to give ourselves
will be my
every
nest.
chance. It also depends a bit on what Spyglass hits the Langjon, which is not too bad actually. So who knows? We're definitely going to get him down 1 health. Maybe we could have played Boomerang. Oh no, that's a rough crit on the anchor. As long as you don't crit again, we should be fine. Maybe? Definitely can't afford another crit. And there it is. That is unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. We really should have won that. Oh well, nothing you can do about it. Those 2 crits, very rough. Obviously
The
take weapon skills
is
and
filled.
heavy firepower is
My
great, really great. Does it start to look worth it? 3 seconds still not worth it, but we'll be receiving the enchant almost certainly. Let's buff our dog up some more. We didn't have room for that, did we? That was a mistake on my part. Yeah, could have. I mean, what am I selling? Maybe the cash register to make room. Anyway. Level 7 Vanessa.
My dreams
Not
are
having a great time either. Should be
big
a free
for
win.
you to steal.
Maybe there's some slow crow's nest builds we lose to. Not having a full board by this point is rough. Yeah, not a very strong that will be going down. Depending on the enchant we get, you can make a case for either dog or... You can make a case for dog, Caltrops, Langjon, or Atalac. Depending on the enchant we get, they're all good enchant receivers, so it'd be amazing to run into some enchant vendors. Or enchant events, sorry. No need for burn items. I think now cash register's gone. Probably should have got rid of it beforehand. And we'll take some free chocolate. And do we take gumballs here? Does it have to be gumballs, I'm afraid? I think it probably does. As tempting as it is to have a look at medium items. Buffing the dog 90 damage is really strong. Let's take a look at me.
You're huge! Do you have any huge
That is a
items?
good item to get. Okay.
Buy
think
from
we
Barcoon
take
instead. He
You
actually
cash
cares about
cannon
this.
we were never that interested in, I don't think. And it's getting replaced by
Not
Atalac
very
anyway.
big though, is it?
And we stick you on the dog, 5.1 seconds. Yeah, look, I'm not sure. It's such a good item, but the kind of weapons, it doesn't benefit from Crook, so it lowers the value of Crook even though it counts as a medium item for others. I think we reevaluate once we can get Atalacal down to 1. And in the meantime,
They
I
only
think
sell
reducing
things
the
so I
cooldown
can
on
buy
that is
things.
worth it,
Huge
particularly if we
things.
keep on buffing it. It's just such a good item that
Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
makes more sense on dog than Atalacal, I think, just given the damage difference, even though it takes more seconds off Atalacal. More seconds off Langjon, sorry. This should be a free win. Neophiliac will obviously be fantastic. We'll change our run around it, I think. Every time I say that, it seems to get the item. And then have to change our run around it. Okay, I'm actually a bit relieved. 12 gold is pretty good. I think I will just take gold. Small items is good. Mystery event is just too fun not to do. I hate these ones. Not interesting, not interesting. Interesting, but no good for us. I don't think it's worth the reroll. It's just a waste. Skill upgrades, good. Curio, good for dog. Let's have a look at skill upgrades. Yeah, let's just give everyone 5 more damage. Gets us a little closer to getting online. Looking for the crook upgrade now. Vanessa level 9. Only lost once.
You do
Looks like lost
see
day
these
2.
tusks, right?
Still fancy our chances. This Caltrops is just so good. So good. Such a good mid-game item. So they're going to be putting on a huge amount of shield. This is the test for Caltrops, how it keeps up with their shield. Turns out very, very well. They're scaling, but I think we should be fine because we've got Dog and Lane John coming through. Yeah, Caltrops doing all the work here. Can make a real case for enchant on Caltrops. But it does depend a lot on the enemies that we're going up against. And remember, we have to go very late game to do well with this build. Let's take a look at
I'm
weapons.
finished with fighting. But I can help you finish a
Tempting,
fight.
but too late. Really looking for... We're basically playing match.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
They are awesome. Haha, the obsidian truffles are so cool. Let's put your damage on Caltrops. What a cool item. So now we're just waiting until we get our first enchant.
Do you have any
which
really
will dictate
small
the run,
things?
the direction the run takes, I think. Not interested in these.
Is it because I talk too slow?
This elite duelist lifesteal skill is
You must think
beyond broken Caltrops to challenge. So we're going to fight him just for the chance of getting it. Even though nothing else he's got we play with. Or maybe you can make a case for 9s with Caltrops. We'd think about that if we got it. But really we're looking for big ego. It goes so well with what we're doing. Oh, I saw the skill flash. I thought it was it. Can't say no to another 5 damage, but obviously nowhere near as run-defying as we like. Okay, burn enchant. I think it's good enough that we don't re-roll it, and I think it goes on Caltrops. I think damage or crit, you could make a case for dog, but 14 damage every time the opponent uses an item is just so good.
Welcome in,
Let's
huh?
take a look at your
What can I
minions.
get you?
It adds 9 damage, okay, so sure.
I think you're
That's
really gonna
actually
enjoy
worth it. It's a
that.
bit better than I thought. We really are looking for crook. Look, that's
Just toss
also,
that on my
yeah,
back,
look, a great
and I'll
shot.
try
Can't
to
deny.
adore.
There was probably the 2 upgrades we wanted least, although getting dog down to 3.4 is ridiculous. Yeah, we're in a really good game build here. We don't scale to the end game, the end game, where the fixer upper pigs rule. Or the property pigs rule at least. But we're in Menace at the moment. You do not want to be coming up against this build. Thought we were against AI for a second there. Is this the best one? I think it is.
I should
Level
warn
11
you.
pig. Look, we're far from invincible, but I feel very good about the build. Oh, mirror match. So you've got Athalatl hasting but very slow. Our dog is nearly exactly the same, but mine's quicker, much quicker dog. And I got Caltrops. It's gonna be very tight. Oh, you just take it. Probably came down to crit luck a bit there, and we don't have good crit luck, so that was potentially a very lucky win. I feel like looking at our boards, we should be so much better here. I guess their Athalatl was getting faster and faster from weights, and then hasting everything more and more. The fact Enchanted Athalatl gets 2 items haste is ridiculous. Cash Cannon making a revenge for being dropped. I guess they then have another strong weapon instead of just my phonograph. So I guess phonograph, it's basically another half dog. Yeah, I think that's right. So it's basically a 400 damage weapon. So look, maybe getting rid of the cash cannon was actually wrong for the phonograph, but it effectively scales with the dog scaling. So it is pretty good as well. Chain item with haste. Okay, we're in business. That, having just talked about how broken that is on our battle, that is 100% what we're doing. Nothing else even worth considering. So, what are you down to? No, that shouldn't be right. Down to 2.4. think we still want you a bit faster. Oh, and I mean, just realised taking off the Lang John for Boomerang was done as well to stop that from scaling. So that was a misplay. Let's go Gumballs for dog scaling. Damage scaling and crit scaling is actually quite nice with Caltrops. So if we care about scaling, we really want Boomerang in place of Phonograph, which is fine, because I think we still take long waste.
Let's release our joy and
We're going to have to make a tough call about what goes when we get to bring in the Athalab. But even in the case of bringing it now, it's just relying on dog damage. So I think ultimately dog is going to scale faster than Lang John, and it goes so much quicker. Problem is, once you drop Lang John, I think we take that because our crit chance is so low, and us having high crit chance is good. That could come back to absolutely bite us, but I think we take
Very
it.
different school, this Bazaar.
Don't know.
But it has its lessons
none
to
of those
teach.
were taken, obviously. These are all useless. Maybe going for Pygmalion skills is a mistake.
You'll learn more from one day in the Bazaar than a
But then the other
decade
ones
in
were all useless as
academia.
well. So, do we want Lang John in with a 2.3 cooldown? I think we probably do. Which means, do we play it like this? I think we play it like this and keep the phonograph storage. And in the future, it may become better to bring down the phonograph. It may already be there, actually. Chance of the battle getting to 10 seconds is relatively unlikely, whereas just pummeling them with the dog 3.4, yeah, twice as fast. It's just too good. Let's take the temporary boost, which will bring our ladle down to 1 second, I think. Close enough. Up against Pepe Moon.
Are you sure?
I'm guessing Nanobot Julie at this stage and with this good a record. It's Companion Julie. Still doing this hard, obviously, but the haste on the Athalab, giving the dog haste and the dog hitting really hard, plus Caltrops going away in the background, is looking very, very good indeed. So I think Lang John is probably gone, as crazy as it seems, because it fits perfectly into the build, and it's been scaled to 1,000, and it's just going to keep scaling. But Quick Dog, more likely to receive haste from the Ataladdle. Keep the Ataladdle in and work on getting its cooldown down to 1 second. This, to me, is the play, and is how we maximise our chances of going into the late game. Or further into the late game, I should say. Temporary boost, really good. I think it's undervalued taking the boost. Lord of the Wastes, sure.
Yes, I will dance with you.
And possibly Pendulum, which would be an incredible item here. Put Pendulum in place of the phonograph and Ataladdle's constantly charging dog.
Cleanse you.
That makes the game. Oh, I thought we had it for a second. Can't complain about that though. Oh, I should have put the boomerang down, obviously. That's usually my call to sell the boomerang when I forget to put it down, but I'll remember this time. Unless, yeah, we should be able to take you
Too hard here.
with the boomerang.
Make angry.
So what do we want? We want an enchantment on our dog that makes it hit harder. And we want our Ataladdle to get to 1 second cooldown even without temporary boost. Beyond that, I think it's just scaling what we have and getting skills. Incredible skill. Obviously goated. Upgrade is pretty obvious here, which will get Ataladdle up or down to 1 second, I'm pretty sure. Close enough too. Incredible passage there. Damage, I think we put on... So you're 1.1 with temporary boost. Pretty sure we put... And I think we put damage on Ataladdle to make sure it gets there without boost. Make a case for Cinders, but our dog, I think, is still a big part of our win condition. Even with very powerful Caltrops and Ataladdle. Because there's only 3 items that we have that can receive the Atalatl's haste, so it's very likely to haste our dog. And the dog just hits so hard so quickly. So I'm pretty happy with this. We have a rough time against disruption as all weapon focus builds do. This should be fine. Or take it back. Promoted Death Charge is a pretty busted item. Crit maybe? Doesn't get a chance to go off. Yeah, that was I think mostly Caltrops with the dog coming in for the hit at the end. This level of Caltrops is pretty disgusting. Our dog got 2 hits in. So the fast dog, obviously, super strong. We're going to continue to scale it. But the winner here is Caltrops. Medium items tempting to look at, has to be Gumballs though, I'm afraid. They are just too good with the dog and form a perfect part of our win condition. And even putting aside, are you down to close enough for 1 second? That might be a visual glitch actually, it might just be 1 second. The red and blue Gumballs are just good for us anyway. Some more free chocolate, save money. I'm pretty sure we can take Void Colossus. The only problem will be if he destroys our dog. I think we are to the point where we don't want to risk playing with a suboptimal board. That freeze is beautiful. So I think we should be fine. In fact, we don't take some damage to our height. So it could have been moving on, but
You
just can't be
seem
bothered.
like a nice person.
Ah, boy.
Maybe too
Boy.
nice.
I mean, you can see the play, of course. The play is to put you next to Atalatal, which is going off once a second. Put you and you start going off, so you charge, it only takes you about 5 seconds to go off, and you're destroying an item on their board. Oh boy. Can I even live with myself if I don't play this? Put another quick firing item next to you. Of course, then your Atalatal's worse because we don't have as many medium items. Caltrops doesn't actually fire. Look, I don't think it's the play, to be honest. As annoying as that is, I do not think it is the play.
Since you do not train with me, I will not feel shame.
Flat 25 to everything is really nice.
I came to train.
It just scales so well with the Atalatal and the Caltrops. I'm so sorry.
To train.
Just doesn't work with the most boring pig builds that we're playing instead. Can make a case for everything here.
The
But
Bazaar
I'm a sucker
is
for the
more
XP,
than a
even
city.
if it's a low roll.
It is.
Can make a case for Curio, but getting some weapons is too good. I mean, that's disgusting.
I do not teach.
No need to put it on Atalatal because it's down to 1, so it's Caltrops all the way. Whoa, that's brutal Caltrops. I can't. Big Pharma, we're taking down Big Pharma, which is very exciting. Is it selling?
You should
is
know.
it
I'm a
using
bit of a
poison? It should
legend
be very
of
fitting.
Lago.
No, it's a big crit cutlass build. I still think we win, even though that's a scary cutlass.
Defeat
Yeah,
does
no
not
idea.
defeat
Caltrops
me.
didn't even go off. That was just all fast dog. So we've officially defeated Big Pharma. They had some scary skills there as well. They're immense. So we got the enchantments we need. We got great Caltrops. I mean, we kind of are a late game build now against the odds. I think this type of build often isn't any good late game. We still lose to a whole bunch of stuff, but we're certainly, with the fact that we're not even on lethal yet, we've certainly got good enough to dream of 10 here. This dog is so fast. It's a greyhound, baby. And we just want to keep on buffing it. Upgrade our Atalatal? Sure. Doesn't make that much of a difference. Takes some XP. And pretty sure we
Stand
take
down
no problem.
and submit to cryoconnection.
It would obviously be nice to get obsidian enchant on the dog is the dream.
Requesting medivac.
Or even crit chance would be quite juicy as well. You're interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a good run. Makes me invulnerable to freeze, which is actually really, really good. in the real late game, because there is a chance we just run up against a freeze build and this just ruins their life. I don't think you really care about the damage. Yeah, you don't care about the damage at all. You're playing this to beat freeze builds, and boy do you beat freeze builds. Late game, this late game, day 13, very often builds will be running freeze. But what do we get rid of? I think we'll take an upgrade to dog. You get rid of phonograph. It's really the only option, I think. And I think phonograph on dog is just too strong. So I think even though I can see the case for it, I don't think this is the right time to run it. Let's continue to scale our dog. It's doing very nicely. Let's
Any
take
good
a look at
fights
weapons,
lately?
even though
Enjoy
we're
the thrill
really
of
looking
battle.
for smalls.
Pumpkin.
Oh, that's a cool Adelaide
No
upgrade. Sure.
Still.
Are we all diamond? That's a
I
cool
prefer
board to have all diamond.
action.
You're
Go
cool.
make some more stories. Then
And I
come
can see
back
the
and
argument for
tell
running
me.
you in AI fights, just for the weapon buff. But it's only 5 damage and involves running a suboptimal build for the AI, so you just can't be bothered. And I think this is all diamond is just too cool not to play. As tempting as it is to put in our freeze and vulnerability, especially against Doggy. We have some freeze resistance built in just because we have multiple items that are win conditions. Obviously the freeze would be great here. Let's just lose the freeze. We should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. I mean, Caltrops is built-in freeze resistance in a way anyway, so I don't think we really need it. And our dog just chilling, listening to music, and then just going absolutely mental, attacking for 1500 damage every 3.4 seconds is pretty cool. So you're gone. 2 more wins we need to get out. We will
I will tell you who sent them. At the edge
No
of the
low roll,
foundation, they
That was
wait,
not a low roll.
they build.
It was the best of bad options.
you homework.
Weapons equal to gold. Oh my god, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. This is where me just hoarding gold saves up, pays off. Because that is an incredible buff.
we were missing back home.
Incredible buff. Investment pitch is always fun. There's usually always something really busted. Here, double income is not going to be really worth it with only 2 days left, even though I can see the appeal. I think we take the XP. This skill, cash deposits, is just so good and encourages us not to spend gold. This build is just made for that skill. So this is a streamer client everyone talks about. Start recording videos and all of a sudden, you're just getting the dream drops every time. Thanks, Raynette. Octopus would be
Not
fun.
all
No, not.
Jabalians are
We
pacifists.
just had to find a way to do it. So we just keep scaling our dog, basically, and keep trying to save money as much as we can, because money is also buffing damage to everything, which is disgusting. 42 burn every time they use an item, dog hitting super hard every 3.4 seconds, Crook's just kind of along for the ride, but providing 120 damage is nothing to scoff at, even though maybe not essential at this point. And Adelaide is here for constant damage and the nice haste. I mean, it's massive overkill, but let's just make sure Gumballs is still worth it, I think, even though I appreciate they all take away 1 damage from everything. The red Gumballs obviously make that up, so the blue Gumballs kind of, and they all buff the dog very significantly. Strong pig, similar position for
My
us,
people.
but I think we're overqualified at the moment. Oh no. Saying that. The freeze is obviously huge. This is a rough fixer upper. And they've got a lot of heal, a lot of poison. Definitely not even close. So this is where what I'm saying with the late game. Late game Bazaar is just so busted. It's deliberately busted. I think it's a cool part of the game. But basically you have to make a completely broken build to be going to day 14, 15. And this build is not completely broken. This is a relatively fair build as far as Bazaar builds go, especially as far as late game pig builds go. So this is where the fact that we lost so much early comes back to bite us. And I think it's, even with, this obviously looks fantastic, I still don't think it's going to be enough to go up against the super late game builds that we're going up against. But it'll be fun to find out, because this dog is now hitting for 3,738 damage every 3.4 seconds. So our Obsidian dog is obviously super powerful, hasted by Adeladal, Caltrops going in the background. It looks fantastic. I'm telling you, there is still more likely than not that we do not make 10 wins here. There's not a huge amount we can do to improve the board, so I'm going to rush through a bit here. Another enchant. I mean, we don't care about shield, I don't think. It's tempting to try for shield. Phonograph has stuff that goes off when dog goes off, I'm pretty sure. Crook just goes off itself. So I think we just take a stab, try for shiny phonograph. No luck. Completely irrelevant. 30. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously there's some synergy there, but nowhere near worth sacrificing what we've got going on. Yeah, insta-kill from our attach up here. Okay, clips again? One time? No, that would have been so cool. Unfortunately, Arkan's Ring doesn't bring you back from lethal. So it's irrelevant here. Just don't want to be spending money. Save money for our cash deposit skill, but still buff our incredible dog. I mean, if we start getting to the point where our dog can one tap, it's so far away though, because you're just running down these with so much health. But that's the way to do it, is because we freeze all non-weapon items when we start. Killing a pig before killing a pig before their fixer-upper. Don't want any of these. Killing a pig before their
You do have a head start on me here. Maybe you can teach me some things.
I mean, more damage is always
This
good.
isn't
It's
me,
potentially the
so you
only
know.
way we
I'm
beat
not
those
teaching
busted
grammar.
pig builds. We might be about to find out.
Are you sure?
Vizzy Turtle, full name.
Noticed? I'm huge.
Chances are we've
My
got some
dreams
fixer-up
are too
property pig.
big for you.
It's a freeze pig. Where's the oh, and they've got a dog that's even bigger.
I could see
Doesn't matter. Ours is faster. Ours is faster. Oh, that's a brutal. They had an obsidian dog. It was an obsidian dog mirror, but the speed just came in clutch. Really cool build there with the fort. So they were hitting harder but a lot slower, and so our dog being faster and one tapping made all the difference there. Was it a crit? It may have actually been a crit with a 30% chance. Either way, that was very satisfying, and now we're on to our last day one way or another, because even though it looks like we're not on the next RPG. So we just scale our existing board. Not much point in doing anything else. Take temporary boost if it pops up, and hang on to our gold here, because our gold is buffing our damage, whereas normally there'd be no incentive. Skills that can really help. Your skill would be really, really good. Your skill would be really, really good. Pretty sure it slows non-weapon items when they're used, but then it's unsynergistic. There's no synergy with Caltrops, or anti-synergy with Caltrops, because Caltrops are obviously walking items would be going bang, 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 bang. So
it's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting.
I did say we'd have to play the octopus. How do you look here? Oh. So I think it's still worse than dog, possibly. So let's say 400 times 8, 3,200 damage roughly. Off every 4 seconds. It is just worse than dog, I'm afraid. If we could put a cool enchant on it, it might be better, but it's worse than dog, and it just can't get rid of phonograph because it works with the dog. Actually, could we? But then this might be objectively better in terms of damage output over time. I think it probably is. But the problem is that it reduces our chance of one-tapping them before they can get their build online. And I think that's how we win a lot of matches, is one tap, maybe get lucky with a crit with the dog. So I think we don't play Octopus. Sorry, I've refused to play yet another legendary drop that would have been fun and cool, but I would like to get 10 wins. And let's just use you for your 50 damage. Thanks for your contribution to the cause. Let's take some XP. Up to level 22, you don't see that very often. Nothing you want to upgrade.
Adira has surpassed me in power, but he can never surpass me.
Could make an argument for not rolling even there, but 15%.
Every coin goes back to our community.
Don't want to spend the money on
thank you.
extra damage for obvious reasons. I think we just take... There's going to be nothing we want to buy. So I think we just take a free small weapon that we then sell. And this is our build. Of course it's a pig. So the dream is, it's a fixer-upper pig. We freeze the fixer-upper and we one-tap them with our obsidian dog. A very fast obsidian dog before they can do anything. The secondary dream is they're somehow not a property / fixer-upper pig, in which case Caltrops can do some work. The most likely event is it's fixer-upper and we get absolutely annihilated.
I should warn you.
Because it is a very late day and you tend to see pretty busted pig builds this late. Oh dear. Oh, it's a double whammy. They've made it radiant so we can't slide down or freeze it, but I think we get in first maybe? We get one tapped by their double... No, their shield is too strong. How are you doing that? So we get one tapped by the double whammy. Oh, I see, that was 65,000 health. I was reading 6,500. It wasn't even close. How did that... Oh, they had an insane amount of regen with Deadly Close Sign. I mean, the Deadly obviously doesn't matter for anything, but that is an insanely valuable pawn shot. Well, we were. And then insane amounts of regen, and just our build can do nothing against that. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, cool. That is how late game goes. But very fun build. Like I said, was always unlikely to get to 10 with this build. But super fun scaling our dog into Oblivion and making a very, very fast, very deadly attack dog. Caltrops always cool to get and to get working. And it's 9 wins, so it's so close, but another 9 wins for the channel. But hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like and subscribe button. Waiting on my first subscriber, I believe. So hopefully you can do